Alrighty, the Spiritus Ifrit. We're finally getting around to some DFFOO. It's been a long week, but I'm finally here. And we did get Ace's new costume, or not his new costume, I actually got his old one, the Spirit one, or the Summer one. I think that one's way better. Looks cool. Like when I did play Type 0, I did have most of my students in the summer outfit, so that's what I prefer, you know, for the nostalgia. I can say that I actually played the game, Lamau. But we are going to go ahead and, you know, we brought Ace and Braska, as long as Paine, because Paine also has a really good FR for these two in particular, just because you know, the overheads and the level buffs going on. Nothing wasted here. I'm going to go ahead and jackpot finally. I think I want to save the BT effect until the end. We do want it to expire, but Ace does have a pretty high turn rate, so we'll have no issue actually getting that to just go off when we want it to. And here we're actually going to go ahead and trigger these traps ourselves because, you know, we're Yu-Gi-Oh players. Why wait? I don't like reading. Look at this true damage. The true damage on Ace's traps would be sick in a team, but we're going to hold that off on that idea for later, I think. So here we're just going to go ahead and get this BT effect. We also could have got AA. Yeah, maybe it would have been a good idea to get the AA up and going. But it's fine. We did get a little bit of a weird turn order here. Usually it's Braska going first into Ace and then Paine. But we actually got it vice versa, I think, so whatever, it's fine. Or not vice versa, but look at this. I think it was like Ace's weird high turn rate, not high turn rate shenanigans going on here. But this actually works out perfectly because now we could go Paine to get her BT effect going. We're actually going to get some dispelling and delay going too. Excuse me. I did have some chicken dinner earlier and that was really delicious. I had like grilled chicken with spaghetti. Oh man, that was a good meal. But here we're gonna go ahead and get Paine's BT effect going. We do have her on the bottom half of the team, you know, so allies on our right, because we do want to get the going rush effect, so we could just take advantage of the turn manipulation and just take a bunch of extra turns, which is gonna be pretty easy with this team. We're providing a lot of buffs, so it won't be that difficult. But then Paine's support or for her full throttle is actually really good when it's maxed out. Like, this is super good. What the hell is this turn order coming up? Ah, well, that's fine. We're going to use Paine as the main FR, so having Paine into Braska is actually pretty ideal. And we are going to plan to use the summon gauge pretty early. And now that I think about it, just looking at this, Ace's traps is actually pretty good for charging the summon gauge. Just because it triggers off each tick. And I can't believe I didn't notice that until now. That's fairly useful. I did also bring a Fusoya call just so we could have some additional Brave gains while we're charging and everything. While we're attacking. Get that blind stud. And it is going to run out fairly soon, but that's actually not a big deal. Because on Ace's turn, we'll just reapply them. There's so many ways to reapply that trap, it's actually kind of ridiculous. But it's also something that I think he kind of needed. Like, instead of long duration, he gets just a fuck ton of ways to refresh, and that's pretty good. And Fusoya, you know, just for the extra on-turn healing for our turns, as well as Brave gains in between. I think it goes off his eye Brave, or it goes off the party's eye Brave, so that's kind of neat. So we'll just go ahead and get the Eject Shot Plus. I think this is like 8 HP attack, something ridiculous. When you get the plus version. And we are going to use the summon phase a little earlier than we normally would for most fights. And that's just so we can just spam FR echoes without them taking too many turns. And these buffs aren't going to mean anything. Why did Ace jump up? What just happened? Did I miss something? Whatever. It's it doesn't change our decision of just going into Paine into now it'll be Paine into Ace and Braska. So we are gonna need Ace's BT expiration to help us out just a little bit. He's gonna take 2 extra turns here, which are not gonna do anything. So we're just gonna go ahead and press LD to refresh his traps. Wow, they are taking a lot of turns. Because both him and Braska are going to take some turns, so us getting some off-turn damage in the meantime. Or I say off-turn damage, but they're going to be healing most of it anyway. Oh, actually they aren't. They didn't trigger their thing. I think that this part of the... I forgot what that part of the FR gauge actually does. No matter. We're just going to go ahead and single target. A bagoosh. And I kind of have half a mind just to go into summon here. Just so we can control the trap duration. Actually, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Actually, now I feel kind of dumb for not doing the FR Echoes there with Ace. Ah, whatever, it's fine. We'll be fine. Because now in the summon phase, I think we're just going to dedicate it all to Echo. And we're experiencing the BlueStacks classic of just the game lagging like crazy whenever you summon. But that's perfectly fine. I did look up like if that happens to other people, and it turns out it's a fairly common issue with DFFOO. Whenever you go into BlueStacks for it to just start lagging like crazy. And I'm like, okay, thankfully it's not just me. I was feeling a little bad, a little self-conscious about it earlier. Because, you know, it does get kind of hot here in Southern California. Like, I am looking into investing into more cooling for my PC. Because there are a few graphics intensive games that I like playing that do tend to, you know, make the performance run really slow and make everything kind of heat up. I only am running like 2 fans in the back, so I would need a little bit more cooling on the GPU. But I think for now we'll be fine. DFFOO, while it is... well, it does tend to lag, particularly in Summon. It doesn't seem to have an issue on my PC for anything else, so that's fine. Or there will be times where like it does spike though. I've seen the YouTube videos I've uploaded every now and then where I'm like, oh god, the slowdown. But I'm glad it's not just me. I'm glad you guys are suffering along with it. You guys use BlueStacks and you know how to, you know, make this run a little faster. Maybe there's some settings I can optimize. Let me know, because that would be super helpful. And normally I would run Braska FR as the main, but we don't have his BT effect, and that's actually super annoying. This is 91%. I don't know what this is, but I think we're doing way less damage because of it. I totally didn't read it all because, you know, I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player. Why the hell would I do that? Reading. Never heard of the book in my life. What is reading? We are going to get 2 turns for his next turn. So I think it's perfectly fine just to go for... No, we do FR here. And then on his upcoming turn, we do another FR Echo into BT phase. I think that's going to be the strat. As long as we push B down to below 50%, or below that 69% threshold, so we could actually get that trap duration requirement off, we should be fine. We should be fine. Like, this fight does feature some annoying insta-kills, particularly with the swords. Like, you need to get them below 50%. And if you don't, you basically just lose. Because they will auto-kill you. But you can ignore that part of the fight completely as long as you get them below 69%, inflict a trap, and then kill them in BT phase. That is a route you can do. And Ace's BT phase, like, he is a pretty good character for damage, but I feel like his BT phase has never been great just because his traps don't trigger in it, and that's always kind of held him back. So here I think we do have another turn coming with Pumice Feather. I think I'm gonna Wild Throttle into FR Echo just so we can get the most percentage. And I don't remember if that 69% is an HP gate or not. I don't think it is, but if it is, Lamau. The Blind Stub. The Blind Stub. And we do have 5 turns left of it, so when he does go below 69, we won't have any issue. We won't have any issue canceling that green aura. Well, they're doing HP damage to us through a poison, but this fight actually doesn't feature an HP requirement for the thresholds. It just features you heal throughout the fight over 200k. Yeah, and that's what I've noticed too in BlueStacks in particular. Whenever I go into summon phase, the frame rate always fixes itself the final 2 turns of the summons. And I don't know why. I don't know why. It's like the weirdest thing. I wouldn't be able to explain it to you. We have 5 turns left. Does Braska have any more echoes? And this trap damage should be enough to bring him down. It calms him down. And I don't think Braska has any more echoes. I think I've used them both, yeah. So we're just gonna double LB. Bagoosh, 85. So, a little awkward that we're gonna end on 5 turns, but that's actually perfect because we do have 5 turns left of, Ace's BT effect. And he is getting an extra turn, so we do have one more turn to sneak in an FR Echo. And actually bring that down to 4. Actually, I think we will be able to do this in Ace's BT phase. As long as we get that, his BT effect to proc, or his BT expiration to proc. Actually, a little worried that if I do this now, the swords will kill me. No, we'll be fine because, the sword, this should do 15%. I believe in you, Ace. I'm not, you know what? Fuck it. We blue-greened him. I'm gonna believe in his ability to do at least 15% with over 900% of the gauge. Okay, you see that? No problem. And you were worried. And you said Ace was bad. Look at this. We barely reached it. Oh god. Yeah, that slash order is perfectly fine. Because he does that twice throughout the fight, and he does decrease his health. Oh god, he's decreasing it really fast. We can go into BT phase here. We're gonna do this just out of safety. Just out of safety. So here, I guess we just, we use our weakest attack first. Actually, I'm just gonna Jack Punch him. It doesn't matter the order now that I think about it, because we're already at maximum gauge. And as long as we kill him in this BT phase, we'll be perfectly fine. So here we want to, we always use our weakest attacks first. And because this is basically a single target fight, like it is multi-target, but Ace's bigger damage comes from his skill 1, Mega Burst. So we want to use our free skill on that. And then like the worst part about Ace's BT phase is that he actually doesn't set up his trap, or his traps don't trigger in his BT phase all that well. So it's kind of annoying. And here we're just gonna go ahead and Mega Burst. And I think this fight's over. I totally forgot about that BT expiration that's about to go off. And that's a big ass nuke. So we're perfectly fine, I think. We are right here. I'll never forgive Mocking. No spoilers. Although at the end of Type 0, let me tell you, I was fucking pissed. Then I think this fight's over. I don't think the swords stay up. I think now that B's dead, I think the fight's just gonna end. And if I'm wrong, well, I'm out. And I don't think this fight features HP requirements. It's just the HP healing that you have to do in particular, which is like kind of odd. Oh, there's the traps. It's very awkward when you want to apply it. It's like they don't have to have it, and then you have to reapply it again, which is like super weird. Yeah, I believe grade S is heal at least 200k, and we healed over 300k, so we're more than fine. And I think that should be the run if I planned this all out properly. Let's get this Ace damage. Not the best showcase for Ace, in my opinion, for this fight, but, you know, they do have 3 enemies, so I guess that's what they were thinking. It's like, oh yeah. Yeah, 200k, he's not the best BT phase damage dealer, so like I think it's better to use his BT phase to set up the rest of his kit. But yeah, there you go. Spiritus Ifrit. And I have to do this again for the Dare to Defy, so I'm going to record this right after. But now that I have the knowledge, we'll still probably fuck it up somehow. But there you go, boys. That's the run. Hope you guys enjoyed, and now let's tackle the Dare to Defy. See you there.